recently, Republicans told Vanity Fair's Gabriel Sherman that they are deathly afraid of their own voters. And that's why they are allowing President God King Donald Trump to shred the Constitution and destroy our democracy. Now, Trump, of course, started with illegal executive orders, for example, banning birthright citizenship, and continues to try to consolidate the power of the executive branch, taking all these, for example, independent agencies and putting them under his direct control. Okay. And of course, he's now bragging about it, right? Going on social media to his platform.
Truth, essential.
Which I'm sure at some point is going to get like a federal subsidy somehow. I wouldn't put it past him. Okay. So he goes on True Social to declare that he's above the law, saying things like, he who saves his country does not violate any law. Excuse me? What? What is that? And not only that, but he decides to rub it in a little further by having the White House's official account on X posting this. Oh yeah, no. What do all these freedom-loving constitutional conservatives? What do they think about it? What are they doing about this? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Republicans have completely folded to everything that Donald Trump has wanted. I mean, look at all of his cabinet picks, for example. They approved all of them. RFK Jr., okay, wants to put people who have ADHD and are on SSRIs into these, like, literal work camps, labor camps, okay? That's what he's talked about. Tulsi Gabbard, who's a literal cultist, okay? And they're going to likely approve Kash Patel, who also has some serious problems, okay? But yeah, no, totally fine with all of that stuff, okay? And you know why? It's because they are owned lock, stock, and barrel by Donald Trump. All right? It's not only a cult, but also you got apparently some Republicans that are real scared. This is according to former Republicans, right? People like Stuart Stevens. Now, Stuart Stevens had served as a chief strategist on Mitt Romney's 2012 presidential campaign. So, the Mr. 47% there, okay? Remember when that was enough? Calling 47% of the American people moochers was enough to sink your campaign? Now, I miss the simple days back then, okay? Now, Stevens, though, has left the GOP. He's joined the Lincoln Project as a senior advisor. And here's what he said. Quote, of these Republicans, these are the heirs of the greatest generation, and they turned out to be the worst generation. No lies detected there. Damn, he continued. He's saying it's tempting to compare Republicans to Prussian aristocrats in 1930s Germany. But Prussian aristocrats were more responsible. They were dealing with civil unrest and the threat of communist takeover. Republicans today have historically low unemployment, a record stock market. What's their excuse? That's a good question. Okay. And of course, on the left, I know the answer to that. All of that wealth is not being shared with the actual workers. Okay. And that's why there's a lot of anger in the GOP base, because a lot of them are not getting that. Okay. And then of course, they're being told, oh, it's the left's fault. It's the pronouns. Somebody put woke pronouns in their email signature one day, and that is for some reason that is why you cannot afford eggs now. Okay, it's just old as BS, right? But look, in that statement though, this guy says, makes a great point about the state of the left in this country, and that is the fact that there is none. Okay, there is no leftist in power. Okay, no threat of communism. Okay, none of that. All right.
Pink-haired communists.
No, none of those. Our politics is controlled by the right wing. The Democratic Party, I know that the people love to be like, oh, the Democratic Party, leftist, socialist, communists. Oh my God. No, you know what they range for their political leanings? Centrist to center right. That's where the Democratic Party is. Okay. The Democratic Party has completely excised the left from the halls of power. Okay. What you have left are centrists and members of the center right. AOC worldwide would be considered a centrist politician. Okay. Bernie Sanders considered a centrist politician. Ain't nobody. Leftists get bombed by the CIA. Okay. Anyone left of Bernie gets murdered. Okay. That's what happens. And yet, the Republicans and the Democrats, they constantly punch left. Oh no, it's the left that's the real problem. We're the reasonable people here in the Democrats. Okay, we're reasonable, and those people, oh, boogeyman, boo, healthcare for everybody. That is socialism, and that is evil. It's authoritarian, allowing you to actually have healthcare for you and your children. Authoritarianism, while they are literally doing the Republicans' authoritarianism. Okay, but anyway, some of these Republicans are saying, oh, you know what? Hey, look, if it were up to us, we don't actually want to, give Donald Trump all this power, but we're too afraid. We're scared. We're scared. We're so scared. We can't stand up to Donald Trump. Why? Well, the voters. Now, Sherman writes, Senate and House Republicans know Trump will orchestrate the running of a primary challenger backed by Elon Musk's unlimited resources if a member defies him. Gee, that whole money in politics thing really working out great for you guys, isn't it? But Sherman says that this is not the whole story of Republican subservience. In private, Republicans talk about their fear that Trump might incite his MAGA followers to commit political violence against them if they don't rubber stamp his actions. A former member of Trump's first administration told Sherman, quote, they're scared shitless about death threats and Gestapo-like stuff. Yeah, and, letting the all the J6ers go. One of his first acts in office, letting the J6ers go. You didn't think that this would be a problem? You didn't think that maybe we should try to stand against him? Maybe even run a good primary challenge or vote with the Democrats to not allow him to run again after January 6th? You didn't think to do that? No, of course not. No, of course not. According to one source with direct knowledge of the events, North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis had told people that the FBI had warned him about credible death threats when he was considering voting against Pete Hegseth's nomination for defense secretary. Yeah. Tillis ultimately provided the crucial 50th vote to confirm the former Fox and Friends host to lead the Pentagon. According to the source, Tillis has said that if people want to understand Trump, they should read the 2006 book, Snakes in Suits, When Psychopaths Go to Work. Now, Tillis, of course, is like, oh, I didn't say that. This is false. Fake news. No. And the FBI, of course, has said absolutely nothing. Okay, decline to comment. But if this is true, then this is an example of a coward. Okay? And that's it. The Republican Party is full of them. Okay? Cowards. There were so many chances to try to stop this from happening, and they didn't. They didn't take them. Romney had told his biographer, McKay Coppins, that an undercurrent of anxiety thwarted Republican efforts to formally punish Trump for his role in inciting the Capitol riot. One Republican congressman confided to Romney that he wanted to vote for Trump's second impeachment, but chose not to out of fear for his family's safety. When one senator, a member of leadership, said he was heading towards voting to convict, the others urged him to reconsider. You can't do that, Romney recalled someone saying. Think of your personal safety, said another. Think of your children. The senator eventually decided that they were right. Scared little bitches. Okay, That's who they are. All right.
Beta male.
That's it. Putting their personal safety and their comfort and their money over the good of our country. Yeah, these people betrayed their oaths to the Constitution. Okay, they're sworn to uphold the Constitution above enemies, foreign and domestic. And they said, no, actually, you know what? We're gonna vote. We're gonna vote for the fascists. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna support him and do everything that he wants us to do. That's it. Now, Liz Cheney, I got problems with Liz Cheney, right, in her personal beliefs, but she is one Republican that actually has stood up against Donald Trump. And so she gets credit for that. She told CNN that House GOP members had confided to her a story that they were afraid for their own security, afraid in some instances for their lives. This is Representative Jason Crow of Colorado telling NBC News after January 6th. Quote, I had a lot of conversations with my Republican colleagues last night, and a couple of them broke down in tears, saying that they were afraid for their lives if they vote for this impeachment. Republican Peter Meyer, then a Michigan representative, told Atlantic writer Tim Alberta in 2021 that one colleague seemed to nearly have a nervous breakdown over fears of being harmed by MAGA supporters if he were to vote to certify the 2020 election results. He asked his new colleague if he was okay. Alberta reported. The member responded that he was not. That no matter his belief in the legitimacy of this election, he could no longer vote to certify the results because he feared for his family's safety. Remember, this wasn't a hypothetical. You were casting that vote after seeing with your own two eyes what some of these people are capable of, Meyer said. If they were willing to come after you inside the U.S. Capitol, what will they do when you're at home with your kids? So I guess instead of standing up and doing the right thing, they said, you know what? Let's just sick the mob on trans people. Let's sick the mob on gay people on the left. Let's do that. Look, here's the thing. Y'all built this, all right? Any of these Republican congressmen that are quoted in the story that voted to save themselves, y'all built this, okay? This is what you did, right? And not only just you, okay? You have Fox News, okay? Fox News, a lot of these Republicans through their campaigns and the billionaires, okay, that funded them and funded these ads, they stoked fear and anger into the people, into this base, okay, in order to get their votes. And now they have created a monster, and they are afraid of that monster. Getting back to Stevens, he had said, quote, a guy sends a mob into your workplace to kill you, and you're okay with that? Now, one of the people that's apparently not okay with that is former Vice President Mike Pence, who actually is like saying, oh, I don't know if I'm comfortable with all this stuff. So now, Stevens says, I talked to Lincoln Project donors. These are powerful and wealthy people. And I can tell you a percentage of them are talking about leaving the country. Oh, isn't that nice to be able to do that? Wow, to leave before things get too bad. Would have been nice had you not effed it up in the first place. Look, these billionaire donors that gave money to the Republican Party, they are largely to blame for setting the table, making things so bad in this country that there is so much populist anger that allowed someone like Donald Trump to come into the first place, okay, to come into power, all right? Look, all we want is fairness, right? We want the rich to pay their taxes, what they owe, and we want to get health care, okay? And we want to get a good education for our children, okay? But instead, these donors and these Republicans screwed the whole country. And now, we're smack dab into fascism. Now, another Republican who spoke openly, Bill Kristol of the Bulwark. Now, Bill Kristol is a neocon, so I am no fan of his, all right? But to his credit, he's not giving any cover to these Republicans. He said that they could ignore these threats if they wanted to from their base. Quote, senators could probably get quite a bit of protection if they need it, so I'm a little less sympathetic. I share that sentiment completely. All right. Broken clocks and all. All right. Look, these Republicans, at the end of the day, they wanted to stay in power and collect their checks from the giant donors. All right. Who basically just want to do nothing but rip apart the state so they can make more money. Elon Musk is a great example. Okay. They got what they wanted. Donald Trump's out there dismantling government as we speak, with help from Elon Musk and his blunderkins. Okay. And, oh, look, you know, all that is ripping apart our country, making us less safe, putting us in more danger of pandemics. So, honestly, I don't care about their regret. I don't care. I have no sympathy for them. I have absolutely no sympathy. They got exactly what they wanted at the end of the day. And now that they realize the monster they created, now they're scared. No, I hope this monster, it's going to come for us all. But I hope it gets to them first. Because they helped create it, and they should have to deal with it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.